It seems on the internet now, um, it's just like doom and gloom, even more than it used to be. Um, where, yeah, you just, it's just like, dating, housing, job market, whatever political issue. It's just, negative, negative, negative. Um, and that may well be the case, but the issue with it is that it begs the question, well, which one is central? And you could say, oh, none of them are central. It's all just the chaos. But I mean, like the cause, right? It's like, what is the cause? So even if you say none of them are the central issue, you'd still say, well, what is the cause for all of these problems? And what people are really asking when they ask that, obviously, is they're asking what is happening, right? What is happening? Hmm. I may look alright in this light, but I know that even in a world without problems, um, I may have children, but probably not. And I probably would be on the bottom of the ladder still, right? If the world was like some, idyllic town, like, what am I trying to say? Like those fantasy situations, right? Where you have you have all the different roles, the nurse, the teacher, whatever, the essential roles in the community, the craftsman. I would probably be the hermit or whatever, doing something, right? I would have a minor role, and I probably wouldn't have children, and I probably wouldn't even be successful in that ideal, in quotations, um, environment. But can I farm more food than I can eat by myself? Can I do that without any technology? Right? Even just with my bare hands, like if I just had a fucking rock, right? I don't even have a shovel. I just have a rock to dig. Yeah, I could, right? I could grow more food than I could eat. I could build more shelter than I need, right? And in every human there is this um excess, right? What would you call it? What I'm saying is this is the basic thing. It's literally just this. Like, it's not complicated. That like the way people are living now is just wasteful. Like, not that I'm trying to single anyone out, but like, if you take like multiple international holidays, and like, I don't give a fuck about climate change. I don't even believe in it. But in terms of resources, yeah, like if you burn all that fuel, and you're burning fuel just to drive to a fucking job that doesn't even generate anything. Again, I'm not insulting people, right? Because people are just doing whatever they have to do now to pay the bills. But I'm just saying that it's just a wasteful life. And is that person producing more than they consume? Hell no, right? Monetarily they're fine, right? They're making more money than they're spending, but that's exactly the point, right? Money, everybody knew from the beginning, right, that money wasn't a representation of value, and it never was supposed to be. It was just supposed to be a minor tool, and even now, right, it's just a minor tool. But of course, the only difference is that they try to convince you that money is real, or like it's a real reflection somehow. Like you know, if whether the king has 0 gold ingots or fucking 10 million up to the fucking moon, right? It doesn't really say much about anything, right? Like like literally anything. It doesn't say anything about anything. All it says is the king has that much gold or he doesn't, right? It doesn't, like, who the fuck cares, right? So money is the same. Um, and yes, there are all these real issues, right? Um, like very like very, how can I even say it? I would just call them extremely serious issues. Um, like not to use the ones that you see on the internet every day, but yeah, women's predilection to have 5 different children to 5 different crackheads, right? The fact that women can't fucking choose a moral man, right? They always choose these fucking dirtbags. Um, yeah, that a bunch of countries, including mine, are being fucking raped by migration, right? Literally, that every, I don't even know what the fucking statistic is now. That what is it? That right now New Zealand is like 5% Indian, which let's say, why are you being racist or whatever? It's 5% or whatever. Who cares what the number is? But um, how the fuck do I explain it? Like, I don't know. I'm just sick of explaining anything. Basically, like it's obvious and everyone can see the fucking writing on the wall. Like when you have like specifically war age men in massive numbers, right, coming in. Like, what the fuck do you think is going to happen? Oh, we're going to take in 100,000 war age single fucking 18 to 24-year-old Indian men every fucking year into the country. It's not sustainable. That's all it is, right? It's not sustainable. It's not a sustainable rate, right? Um, you know, even if it was the opposite, even if it was 10,000, 100,000 fucking women, right, or whatever, 100,000 old women, right? It's not balanced, right, and it's not organic. Coming back to the fucking thing about people producing more than they consume. Again, like, that's what it always comes back to. If they were in families, like on a farm or something, right, which is what they were basically doing, what everyone was basically doing, 50, 100 years ago, then they would be productive. But how the fuck? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. How the fuck are 100,000 single males in cities going to produce more than they consume? Like, So do I? Am I pissed off about the white replacement and all this shit? Yeah, of course. But at the end of the day, um, it's the same fucking shit for me. Like, yeah, just exactly what I said. I could be on a plot of land being productive, but there's no, um, what am I trying to say? Like rural land has become really cheap because of people flocking to the city centres. So you can get these ridiculously cheap land deals or like cheap rent, whatever. And yeah, that would be the argument that the bootstraps squad would put to me, right? They would say, oh, quit being a victim. Why don't you just do it? Why don't you just move to the countryside and the prices are low? Buy yourself a piece of land. Okay, just do it. But no, like because just fucking think about it for 1 second. So you're saying I should go and try to compete with the farms that are already there, basically, right? Because that's going to be my competition. I'm not saying that. Like, what am I saying? Like, this is exactly the problem. The the problem isn't that people are being held down in these little cells and unable to be productive. No, the problem is that even with the asymmetry, where the prices, where the rural prices are so insanely low, right, and you have all these ghost towns or like rural towns where like everyone is 60 years old or whatever. Even with all of that, even with such skewed economics, it's not in someone's interest to do that because there's no incentives and there's no um, structure, right? So it's just fucked. And I'm sorry, there won't be any positive uplifting message in this one. I'm sorry, but like it's just reality. It's just reality. Of all the money that they piss into the cities for these fucking stupid projects, like $100 million. I think the one in my city is like some fucking gay little diving center or something that they've put like 500 mil into, which is a lot for New Zealand because we only have like 5 million people in the whole country and our GDP is shit because we're an island nation and our fucking dollar value is low and all that shit. So 500 mil is a fuckload of money in New Zealand. That would be the equivalent of like probably like 50 billion. Like California doing like a $50 billion project. So they've pissed away $500 million into this gay little diving centre. What if they used that 500 mil to develop an organic community, right? Where they're actually just living like fucking human beings. Not farming for produce for the mass market, but just literally allow people to live. Allow people to live. Oh, you wanna farm, and then you produce produce, in excess, and then you want to provide that excess to the community or sell it or whatever. Um, And the terrifying thing is, a lot of people will hear what I just said and they'll say, "What the fuck? That sounds like a fantasy." But in the past, like like that was human life. That's how human life has been going all the way up to the experiment with the 1950s um, city planners. So it's crazy. I know most people look at me or hear that and they'll be like, "What the fuck are you saying? Like, you want you want it to just regress or like whatever, or it'll just like magically snap." I'm not saying magically snap the fingers, create some kind of communist fucking utopia or anything. I'm just saying that the direction we're going is a dead end, right? So I'm not saying, oh, we just turn around and return to that shit, right? Return to the natural living and everything will be fine. No, I'm saying we still have to fucking turn around, right? We're going down a dead end street. We have to turn around, get all the way back to where we started. Then we can say, okay, what's the actual replacement? And of course, shit's not gonna change. I'm just pointing out how ridiculous it is. How how can I even say it? Like humanity is just suicidal, basically. Like society has literally become so ridiculous where it's basically like someone repeatedly smashing themselves in the face with a hammer. And they're like, oh, how do I fix it? I keep bleeding. I keep bleeding from my face. I keep having a headache. And they're just sitting there, bang, 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 bang. Every day. Like, life was never complicated. Life is never complicated. Right? Everybody fucking knows. Well, yeah, obviously there's a lot of crazy, evil people out there who don't understand what it means to live naturally and normally and healthy. But a fucking 5-year-old. That's all I'm saying. If you ask some some non-evil, some non-psychopath 5-year-old, like, oh, how would you create the town or whatever or the city to be sustainable, right? Even a fucking 5-year-old can figure it out. Oh, we dedicate this area to farming, and we need to make sure that the farms have water, so we have a water backup, and then we have the fucking power generation backup, and we just make sure that there's always a surplus, and we have a stockpile area because we don't want people to fucking starve in the winter or freeze to death in the winter. So we stockpile the power, we stockpile the food, right? Fucking 5-year-old can do it. That's my fucking 2050 future plan, right? Get a random fucking 5-year-old that isn't, mentally deranged. And just just do whatever the 5-year-old says, right? And it'll be way better than what they do. Anyway, after ranting for 20 minutes, yeah, my point is that all this shit, right? And yes, this shit does go on. This shit does happen all the time, right? Where you have fucking Muslims stabbing a little baby little babies, and you have women fucking cuckolding their husbands with the fucking drug dealer, and all this fucking dog shit, this degenerate fucking lowest of the low, fucking sculling, raw fucking sewage behavior goes on day in, day out, right? Because that's human nature. Oh, and don't even get me started on the little fucking retarded 16 to 24-year-old little gangster boys, right? Running around, smashing everything up, smash fucking stupid cunts, born into a society, right? And then they act like they live in the fucking jungle. Okay, all of them, they can take a bullet. But my point is, yeah, all this shit is happening constantly, yes. And it will happen, right? As society degrades, it will happen more and more. And it'll just become the norm, right? It'll just become the norm. Like if you look in the fucking, the shithole countries, right? Where they just where they just burn the thieves to death and shit, right? Because they just have no real sense of justice. They're just like, oh, someone tried to steal my motorbike, guess I'm gonna burn them alive. Because that definitely makes me better, right? So yeah, that shit will increase, and the world is in for a big fucking wake up call. When all these little fucking liberal feminist fucking princesses that voted in, the migrants and all this shit, when they start to see this shit happening on the streets, right? And you have fucking like 10,000 women being raped every month in fucking broad daylight, right? All that shit is going to ramp up and ramp up and ramp up and ramp up. And it's all going to happen. And it's all going to become real. But my point is, it's not the real issue, right? It's not the real issue. The real issue is just the 5-year-old. Why are we not implementing the 5-year-old's plan, right? Why can't we just let people live, right? It's a control. It's just a control fantasy, basically, right, for the overlords. They're not interested. Yeah, someone put it to me perfectly. What was it? It's like micromanagers is a perfect example. Like where they will literally micromanage the employees right to the point where they destroy their own business because they're not trying to like enslave you to have infinite money while you slave your ass to the bone 16 hours a day kind of shit and like have this extreme position of dominance over you monetarily, right? That's not really what they're interested in. What they want is they want your fucking soul, right? Because if they wanted the money, they would do whatever is profitable. But the micromanagers, right? They want to have their fucking nose, up your asshole. They want to be breathing down your neck every fucking second. You turn around, oh, there he is, right? They want your soul. So that's really what it comes down to, right? Is that it's a true. We're living through a true like spiritual battle, not in the sense of like some mystical religious shit, whatever. I mean in the very real sense of it is a physical battle on Earth, right? Materially that you can fucking see in front of you with your own two living eyes, right? There's nothing airy fairy about it. They are interested in suppressing people, and it's all about you do what I say, or if you have your own choice, you're choosing from the choices that I give you, or if you're playing a game, my game is the only game in town, that kind of shit, right? And the thing with that game, with that narcissistic game, is that it's a real fucking boring, um, retarded, pointless story, basically. Because all that's going to happen in the next 100 years is that it's going to degenerate, right? And then do you, right, this is always a punchline. And do you think the people, like fuck this right wing fantasy, right? The people like, oh, I hope that the dumb feminist bitch that voted for open borders, gets raped, and then she'll learn, right? Spoiler, no, she won't fucking learn, right? She'll get raped and beaten within an inch of her life, get her fucking teeth smashed out by fucking Sudanese Steve, fucking Blackie McBlackie, right? She'll get smashed up by by 5 military age migrant soldiers, right? She'll get smashed up. She'll get permanent damage. She'll get a fucking spine broken, right? She'll have lumbar shit. She'll have fucking spinal issues for the rest of her life. And you know what she'll say? I just don't know why this is happening. Things are just getting so bad, and I just don't know why. Somebody should do something about it. That's all she's gonna say, right? Because this kind of narcissism, right? It is a narcissism. It is a narcissism. They are not capable of looking past here. Right? This is as far as their vision goes. To the edge of their nose. And that's the whole world, right? If something is right up here, right? Like they're getting smashed up. They're getting smashed up by the migrants, problems on their doorstep. Oh, then they can see it, right? But if it's anywhere else, no. And unfortunately, yeah, the I said I wasn't going to give an optimistic answer, but there is an optimism in it, which is that it's basically just all it's just all fucking bullshit, right? And it's all fake issues. And again, are people going to be on the street? Probably, right? Am I going to be on the street? Probably, right? Am I going to freeze in winter because I'm homeless? Maybe, right? But if I do, right, my death will mean nothing. And what am I trying to say? It shit just continues on, right? In the same way that seeds rise from the ashes when the forest burns. It's the same thing, right? It just continues. Oh, okay, the whole forest's burned down. Cool. New seeds.